Hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons over here on More Sezrawrr. This is a long play that I started a few months ago, and you guys, I know, you've already seen the title and the thumbnail. We did it! We have made it to a 3-star island. I am so excited. There's a lot that I need to catch you up on though before we get into the main part of today's episode. So with that being said, here's what you missed on Sezurbia. So first things first, I had to stop in on Sunday to buy some more turnips. Here we have Miss Isabel here, who says, "Good morning, everyone." Right now on Sezurbia, it's 9:44 a.m. on Sunday, November 16th, 2025. Now for today's announcements. Keeping in mind, this was Sunday. Today we have a visitor staying at the campsite. And I'm just going to tell you, Sunday is not the day that we got to 3 stars. Go meet our guest in person and find out more about them. So you're going to find out when we get to 3 stars, trust me. And with that, I'll get back to work supporting you and your enjoyment of our island. But it was not on this day, not on the Sunday when I had to go in and buy turnips. But I was intrigued and I was thinking about someone who may be potentially staying at the campsite. Maybe I'm going to want them to move in. I don't know. But first things first, I wanted to get as much money that I could in preparation for buying turnips. So I went and got some money from the money tree that we have here. And after I got all of these bells, we had 843,000 bells. Wowee. So then I found the money spot to get the new money tree sorted and all set up very good. And then I decided I better go and check out the campsite, because if I'm going to want this person to move in, this villager to move in, I would need to spend 10,000 bells to buy a plot of land. So immediately upon first impression, no. Rory says, "Do you live here? Awesome to meet you. I'm Rory. I just got here today and I gotta say this island's really nice. Feels perfect for arm wrestling. Capital. I've already got someone who could do that. You're not my vibe. Bye, Rory." So no, didn't need to spend 10,000 bells on buying a new plot. Totally fine. With that, I went and spoke to Daisy May, who said, "Good morning. You here to start your Sunday off with some fresh turnips? I've got turnips aplenty, fresh from Sojourn Stock Market. Want to buy them for 90 bells each?" And I said, "I'll buy some." 90 bells is such a good price. Great. How many should I put you down for? They're 90 bells each, but we sell in bundles of 10. I know. And we've got so much money to spend. So I decided to buy the max that I could fit in my pockets, which at this time was 2,000 turnips I could fit in my pockets for 180,000 bells. I do go back and buy more though, okay? At such a low price, I wanted to buy a lot. So, all right, so 2,000 turnips comes to 180,000 bells. Does that sound okay to you? I said, yes. Ah, he. Thank you kindly. No, thank you kindly for having a really good price for me this week. Seriously, because last week was a struggle, right? Turnips, watch them rise. Try to earn a nice surprise. Thank you so much, Daisy May. I'm hoping that it's going to be a great one. So I went and took those turnips back home and came back for more. And she said, "Back for more, huh? Great. Well, there's still 90 bells each. Are you interested?" And I said, "I'll buy some." "Great. How many should I put you down for?" "We already know the deal. All right, Daisy May, just give me my turnips." So I then decided to buy the max that I could fit in my pockets again, which was another 2,200 turnips, which would mean we would have 4,200 turnips, a further 198,000 bells to spend on another 2,200 turnips. So, all right, so 2,200 turnips comes to 198,000 bells. Does that sound okay to you? And I said, yeah, I'll buy them. But my friends, I'm not going to lie to you. There's going to be more than that, because we have such a good price this week and we've got such a good amount of money to spend this week. I decided that I was going to cap it at 5,000. So we currently have 4,200. I put those extra ones back and came back for more. So back for more, huh? Yeah, I am. There's such a good price this week and I've got the money to spend. So we needed to get a further 800 turnips in order to bring us up to 5,000. I think that's where I'd like to cap it this week, just because I want to go all in, but I'm scared. Okay, I'm scared. But buying a further 800 turnips would cost us an extra 72,000 bells, which in total, adding up the 3 transactions I've just done with Daisy May, would mean that we spent a total of 450,000 bells on turnips this week to get 5,000 turnips. That's pretty decent. I'm really hoping we're going to have some good profit throughout the week to really make the most of it, okay? It's always the risk. You never know what's around the corner. So turnips, watch them rise, try to earn a nice surprise. I really do hope so. Thank you so much, Daisy May. So I went home and put all the turnips in our house, and these are the turnips we are working with this week. Look at all of that. Wowee. Very, very exciting. So then after putting all the turnips in at home, I went to the flower breeding area that I started in the last episode and decided to just plant more flowers. As many flowers as I had in my storage at home, I just decided to plant them all. I did a little bit more research on what's required to actually get to a 3-star island, and there's like a certain amount of points that you get for having fully grown flowers, for having bridges and inclines, for having 8 villages, for even having the fully upgraded museum, Able Sisters, and the Nook's Cranny, right? So I was trying to add up where I was at. Turns out that I didn't need to. Anyway, so further going on with the research that I'd done, I decided that it would probably be a good idea to buy another incline for the island over on the other side. We put one down last episode, you will have seen that, but I decided to put one over on the other side of the island. So we came to speak to Tom Nook, who said, sezrawrr, hello, hello. This is the construction consultation counter. How can I help you? And I said, let's talk infrastructure. Let's chat. There are a number of things we can discuss, but what did you have in mind? And I said, about bridges, inclines. Bridges and inclines. How can I help you? Let's make an incline, okay? Oh, curious about setting up an incline? Ramps and stairs make it easier to ascend our cliffs. Yes, yes, they do. Go ahead and pick one out of our catalog, please. So I realized, though, when I was thinking about it, I've been doing it all wrong because we are still in the planning phase of our island. We're not actually putting together the final presentation of what our island's going to be. And I've spent so much money when I'm going to have to spend so much money to remove the bridge and the ramp that I put in, the stone bridge and stone ramp. So I decided to buy the cheapest ramp this time so that at least I won't have spent so much money. That's what I should have been doing all along, and saving the bells for when we're actually permanently putting down our bridges and ramps, okay? So then I was deciding where I was going to put this incline. Like I mentioned, it's going to be over on the other side of the island, near where we have our stone bridge. And I have decided, I know I just mentioned that I would have to pay lots of money to remove the stone bridge to then replace it later, but I think this one I'm gonna keep. I like that stone bridge placement, but I decided that I wanted to put my ramp over here, and I decided to put it next to the flowers that I have bought up from the beach back onto the land to try and get us to a 3-star island, okay? So let me imagine this, because I think this will be pretty cute. It looks pretty cute. For a natural ramp, it's not going to stay a natural ramp forever. We are eventually going to get stone stairs like I have over the other side of the island, just to try and save on spending the bells at the moment. So I picked a spot for an incline. That's a step up for this island. And the really good thing about choosing the cheapest ramp is I could afford to pay it all off. So Lloyd says, hi, I'm having a great time this morning. I can't remember what he said. Right now I'm taking donations for a ramp. Our goal is 98,000 bells. Currently we have 0 bells in donations, which is just lovely, isn't it? We still need 98,000 bells. If you can spare even a single bell, great. We appreciate your support, friend. And I said, sure, I'll help. And because I had 98,000 bells, I just paid off the whole ramp. So we're going to have a new ramp. You won't have seen it yet, but I have seen it. It's all good. So because of you, we've reached our goal of 98,000 bells. Fabulous. That's what you do love to see. Next step, project completion. Great work, buddy. Thank you so much, Lloyd. All right, we reached our donation goal. We sure did. Yes, yes. Very good. Oh, me sounding like Tom Nook is rubbing off on me. The last thing I did on Sunday morning, now that we've bought our turnips, I bought a new incline. I still had some money left over. I decided to pay off some of our loan. I didn't use all of the bells that we have in our pockets. It ended up being, I know you're seeing 113,000 bells here that I'm paying off, but I ended up bringing our loan balance down to 433,697 bells, leaving us with an even 99,000 in our pockets just to further fund money trees that might be happening throughout the week before we sell our turnips. That's all. So that's all I did on Sunday morning. But then in my spare time, I was going through to actually get some resources because I'm starting to get a little bit tired of how little resources we have. So things like chopping wood and hitting rocks and stuff. I decided to do one big night where I would chop wood from every single tree on the island, and I would go to every single rock and harvest materials for crafting tools and stuff. While I was doing that, this is in my spare time. I wasn't even at my computer. I was just playing handheld. Okay. I saw Rolf. Rolf wanted to have a little moment. I thought he wanted to interact, and I thought it was a bit strange because I don't know Rolf that well. So I talked to him and he said, you ever been asked something but you don't have an answer? I hate when that happens. Here's what I do. I just smirk, real sarcastic like, and wait until things get awkward and they wander off. Smart, right? Sometimes all you need is some sheepishness and everything else will just work itself out. Reactions can get you out of jams. They sure can. So we learnt a new reaction. I learnt the sheepishness reaction. Heh heh heh. Thank you so much for that, Rolf. Very nice. But that's all that I have for Sunday. Now we are coming into Monday morning, checking the turnip prices for the first time. That's all the time I had on Monday morning, was to check how much turnips were on both of the islands. So good morning, everyone, says Miss Isabel. Right now in Sezurbia, it's 8:35 a.m. on Monday, November 17th, 2025. You know, I heard Flick is taking time off here on Sezurbia. Fantastic. I've got more wasps to sell, my friends. He loves our bugs so much. If you have any to share with him, I know it'd make his time here extra special. That's all for today. Have a fun day out there. Thank you so much, Isabel. We're gonna have a really fun day. But like I said, all the time I had for the morning was checking the turnip prices. So here we are at Nook's Cranny, coming in to check out what that price was for the morning. Sezrawrr, welcome, welcome. What did you need today? I can't read today, apparently. The current price for turnips is 114 bells per turnip. We are immediately starting in profit on Sezurbia, which is interesting. Not very much profit. Would like to see a lot more than that. So then checking in on Sezurbia, I was intrigued to see what we would have over here for Monday morning. The current price for turnips is 108 bells per turnip. So immediately starting off in profit on both islands. Super interesting. Gonna be really intrigued to see where the prices go, but that was not it. The prices that we just had, they're not it. I want to do a decent profit this week. I want to see a decent price this week. I want to see a price in the 200s at least this week. Would be really nice. We have sold our turnips for really low profit so far. Like, as far as profits go, we can get up to like 500, 600 bells per turnip to be offered. I've never been offered that many bells. Maybe that's because I get too cautious and I sell before we reach those prices, but I'm gonna be a little bit more risky this week. Anyway, checking back in the afternoon. So here we are on Sezurbia. Let's see what the prices are doing for Monday afternoon. So the current price for turnips is 121 bells per turnip. That is 7 bells up on what we had for the morning price. Still not enough. Still not selling for that price. Checking in with Sezurbia though. Let's see what the prices are for Monday afternoon on Sezurbia. The current price for turnips is 137 bells per turnip. That's a bit of a jump. It was 108 this morning. So I still decided that's not enough. I'm gonna be a little bit risky this week. Not risque. Look, I've had a big day. Okay, you'll have to forgive me if I read things incorrectly or if words come out wrong. I've already filmed like 6 hours worth of video today and we're in a night episode now. Please forgive me, okay? But after checking the turnip prices, I then went on a bug hunt because we did have Flick obviously was here to buy more bugs, and I did have the catch 5 bugs Nook Mouse Plus goal. So I went immediately to shake all the trees to get the wasps to sell to Flick. And while I was doing that, going around to every tree, I found the money spot and got the new money tree ready for the day. Fantastic, because we haven't sold our turnips yet. It was using the funds that I had left over from the night before. After shaking all of the trees and getting all of the bugs I wanted to sell to Flick, we checked in with Flick, who said, "Oh hey, remember me, Flick? How could I ever forget you, my friend?" I'm going to say that every time. The guy who loves bugs in all their skittery, chittery, sometimes glittery glory. Absolutely. I'm still looking for my soul bug, the one to be my artistic inspiration and lift me to ever more art. So if you find a bug, will you sell it to me? I can pay a little extra. No price is too high for my chitinous kindred. One day I will look up how to pronounce that word. And that's any bug. Devotion with conditions isn't devotion at all. I know, my guy. Oh, and if you're interested in my art at all, just let me know. My commissions are open. Sorry, I don't think I could. Maybe a butterfly. Maybe I'll do that one day. But anyway, I said I've got bugs to sell. And he said, really, what kind? Look at all of the wasps and stuff I have to sell today, my friends. Going to be really intrigued to see how much we get for these ones, considering we got so many for 30 last time. A whole swarm. This is the best day ever. Okay, tone it down, Flick. Never. Ahem. Can I offer you, say, 58,125 bells for the bunch of them? Yes, you absolutely can. This is why we are selling wasps, my friends. So good. Really? For thank you. No. For thank you. Okay, thank you. That boosted the bank account quite nicely for us, around 150,000 bells for us. So thank you so much, Flick. So then I was walking through the plaza and I could see Barrel wanted to talk. So Barrel said, "Oh, hi, Sezrawrr. What's up, Barrel?" I thought maybe he wanted to leave. He said, "I was just thinking about my house," because I do that sometimes, thinking about my house. "It's super comfy for me and for the bugs in the floor, but I wonder what other folks would think of it." "Hey, I know. Would you like come over and check it out, cubby?" "Sure, I'll go." And we're going to do that. Every time we get asked to go back to a villager's house, we're going to do it because it goes towards the Smile Isle Nook Miles achievement. We've got to do a lot of things for our villages, and going to their houses is one of them. So, hey, come on in, cubby. So I did. I came on in, and then I spoke to Barrel, and he said, feel free to check out my house from corner to corner. And I did that too. I started out by laying down on his bed. And then I had a little bit of a dance to the music that he had playing on the radio. And then I went and sat on his couch. And then after that, I spoke to him again, and he said, since you're here and all, how about we play a game, sezrawrr? And I said, sounds great. Time for the funnest game I know. It's called High Card, Low Card. If you get it right, you're going to win my Addis robe. Let's get started. I'm not going to go through the whole game with you, but basically, I lost the game. It's totally fine. I didn't really want his Addis robe anyway. It's all good. So after playing high card, low card with him, I decided it was time to go. So he said, going home, sezrawrr? Thanks for hanging out with me today. You're so welcome. Hey, I want to give you this. It's KK's song. Nice. He's giving me a song. It's the song that's playing. That's my favorite song. Just a little something to remember the first time I invited you over. Thank you so much. How sweet of you. Man, today was so fun. We got to do it again, cubby. I'm sure we will, Barrel. I'm sure we will. And I'm sure we will with other villagers as well, every time they ask us to, right? So we can get those Nook miles. Okay. So then the last thing that I did on Monday was just checking in to see if Isabel could give me feedback on what I needed to do to get to 3 stars. I wasn't expecting this to be the moment. I really wish that I was recording with you guys to get my reaction, but this is the moment where we found out we had a 3-star island. So sitting down with Miss Isabel in Resident Services, she said, how can I help you today? And I said, let's talk island evals. So you're curious about the current image of Sezurbia? Right now, Sezurbia has a 3-star rating, and my jaw was on the ground, and I was so excited and so shocked and so sad that I wasn't here with you. I actually kind of sped through the rest of the dialogue. We built a solid reputation and come up during many a water cooler chit chat. I'm gonna have to slow Isabel down though, because like I said, I was so excited I just kind of sped through it because I couldn't believe that it was happening. So we're gonna slow Isabel down for a second so we can read through everything that she says. So she then said, allow me to read an excerpt from the feedback that I gathered. Sezurbia, man, hearing about how chill it is, I'd go if I had the chance. Signed, KS. Well, there you have it. And then Tom Nook says, whoa, am I hallucinating? Or was that feedback signed by a KS? Yes, there it is, very clear, says Isabel. KS, and the penmanship is quite striking if I do say so myself. And Tom Nook says, could it be? Can it be? It must be. Look at him, he's sweating. He's sweating like mad. That message is from the one and only KK Slider. What? Says Isabel. Oh my god, her face. She's like a KK superfan. I can't believe it. We've finally achieved our goal of bringing our island to the attention of the KK Slider. So exciting, my friends. So exciting. Not only that, but he said he's looking for an excuse to visit. And then Tom says, then what are we waiting for? Yes, let's offer him the chance to hold a concert on our shores. Strike while the iron is hot, they say. They do indeed. And then he pulls out his handy dandy Nook phone, and I just love how he must have like the celebrity phone number of KK Slider. I don't know how. Anyway, hello, do I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. KK Slider? Yes, I'm with Nook Inc. located on Sezurbia. And got shocked. Yes, indeed, we did. We greatly appreciate your valuable feedback. Very valuable. That's actually why I'm calling. If you're truly interested in visiting Mr. Slider, we would be happy to host you and your musical stylings. Yes, we absolutely would. Yes, quite. I see. Oh my, you mean? Thank you so much. Yes, I'll be sure to mail you all the details straight away. Meanwhile, Isabel and I are just sitting here going, tell us what's happening. The entire island will be looking forward to it. Thank you again. Yes, talk to you soon. So, what did he say? Says Isabel. And Tom says, he'll do the concert. That's right, KK Slider is coming here. Best news ever, so good. Amazing, congratulations, sir. What about my congratulations? He could be here as soon as tomorrow, but he has to check his schedule, of course. I mean, look, it's a thankless job that I have, but some thanks would still be nice. Sezrawrr, Tom Nook says. Can you believe it? We've finally turned our goal into a reality. We'll spread news of the concert via our island broadcast system. I do hope you'll be in attendance, Sezrawrr. You simply must hear KK play. Yes, you must. Yes, I am going to. Yes, thank you. So with that being said, a big round of applause was in order. Tom and Isabel are stoked. I am stoked. And with that being said, that was Monday. And now we're going to come into Tuesday. I actually filmed a main channel video this morning, and when I was going to film that main channel video this morning, I did a little update checking the turnip prices. So here's what you missed this morning on Sezurbia. All right, so good morning. This is the morning of the night episode. Here we are with Miss Isabel. Good morning, everyone. Right now on Sezurbia, it's 9:55 a.m. on Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Now, today I have one very special announcement. I just remembered. I didn't forget, but I had to think for a second because I'm like, have you guys seen that bit yet? And yes, you will have. You will have seen it right before this, so it's fine. The incredible, amazing musician KK Slider is here visiting Sezurbia. I knew that was going to happen today. I'm so excited. Not only that, but Mr. Slider has graciously agreed to put on a special concert for everyone on the island. This is what I've been waiting for, my friends, because this unlocks so much more of the game. We can do so much more. We can finally start making the island look the way we want it to, and I'm so excited. But stand by for a direct feed from the concert venue. I hope you all enjoy the show. Okay, I'm so excited. Oh my god, we're gonna see KK Slider. The love that I have for this dog. I love him. Hey Sezurbia, it's real groovy being here today. This is so cool. Feels like this dream I once had when I was just a scruffy pup with a shoebox guitar. He's so cool. I was dreaming of hitting out on my own, wandering wherever my road would take me. Dreaming of finding a magical place where cool cats like you would come together to see a stray like me. Sorry about that. I do run on, and don't apologize ever. Don't ever dull your shine, KK. I've said that to a few characters in Animal Crossing, but seriously, time to get your fingers snapping. Right on. This one goes out to all you cool cats on Sezurbia. I call it Welcome Horizons. Now this is very special. This is a concert just for us, right? Look at us all here. We're all here just eagerly looking, right? Even Blathers is there. That's a big deal, right? I'm gonna talk over him. I'm so sorry, KK. It's just that this, when you get to 3 stars and KK comes to your Island Places concert, you'll see this is like the credits rolling. This is the only time that we see who actually worked on making Animal Crossing New Horizons. So it was a really cool way of doing it. Very cool, but I love this dog so much. It's such a vibe. Look at us all. We're just having a great time. Me front and center. I'm a vibe right now. Also, the bow in my hair kind of looks like my cat ear headphones. I love it. His little awoos get me every time. I love him. So, furthermore, there was something else I wanted to say. Yes, this is the beginning of KK Slider coming to our island. Now that we have a 3-star island, we've had this concert. He's going to come to our island every Sunday night and put on a show for us. And this is how we can get songs from KK without having to buy them from the shop anymore. So I would like to do that instead now, going through and actually getting songs from KK himself. So in our part of our flashbacks that we're going to have, well, here's what you missed on Sezurbia, like I am doing right now, honestly, we're going to have KK shows be a part of it. I don't know if I'll show you the full song of the KK shows, but I might, depending on which song it is, right? Also, just in the background, we've had all of the seasons change. We've got like the shooting stars. I just love this idea. It feels like a really intimate little concert. There we go, my friends. That is the KK Slider concert. You will definitely catch me next time. And as a part of having KK come to put shows on for us at our island every Sunday, we actually have to see KK Slider a certain amount of times for Nook Miles. Oh, Tom! Okay, it's all happening. Hello, sezrawrr. Did you enjoy KK's concert? I sure did. It was wonderful, wasn't it? I'm overjoyed that we could get him to play here. It's a special thing for sure. As a commemorative gift, I have his song Welcome Horizons for you. Fantastic, I can cross that off the list. Very good. To listen to it, you'll need an item that can play music. I already know, and I do hope you enjoy it. I will. Very nice, thank you. I have some big news too. KK is apparently very fond of our island now. He's going to perform a show here every Saturday evening from now on. Why did I think it was Sunday? Of course it's Saturday. The Sundays are for turnips. It really is amazing. Sezurbia was once a deserted island, but now we can host important concerts. We sure can. I'm so thankful to you and everyone else on this island. I guess my getaway package idea is a success. Thanks in big part to me. Anyway, it's fine. I hope Sezurbia remains an enjoyable place to live for a long time to come. With your help, it will. That's the thanks that I was looking for, right? Speaking of which, I've developed a new app that should help you make the island even more inviting. Okay, let me send it to you now. I can't remember what this app would be. Island designer, island designer, island designer. Oh my god, we can terraform. The app I've just sent you is called Island Designer. This is it, my friends. This is what I've been waiting for. It's a special app from Nook Inc. that gives residents the ability to take part in bold island development. At first, you'll only have permission to create paths, but you can use your miles to access more options like different kinds of paths and permits for changing our cliffs and rivers. Yay! Once you get a taste of island design, I think you'll want more. I encourage you to obtain all the necessary permits. Oh, I definitely will. And as soon as I possibly can, my guy, okay? We've got a fair few miles. I can't remember how many miles it takes to unlock all the permits, right? Yes, Sezurbia has come a long way. I think I'll leave more and more of the future development of this island in the hands of its residents, aka moi. Right? Moi? I'm glad we had this talk, sezrawrr. Me too, Tom. On behalf of Nook Inc., I'm excited about our continued partnership and your Sezurbia plans. I hope so, because we're about to darken this island, right? It's going to be beautiful. I'm so excited. Not today. It takes a long time, right? But look, I'm so excited. This is me. Yes. Wow. And well, now that KK has performed, it's time to focus on making island life better and better. You're not wrong. That means living each day to the fullest, doing things I like, and having lots of fun. I already was, but yes. Wow. Such a vibe. Okay, we will have got Nook Miles for that. I want to leave the Nook Miles and all of that stuff until later. I literally only have time to check turnip prices right now. So let's just run to the shop and see what's going on. It'll be really, really interesting because in the flashbacks that we've just had, over here, we were at 121 bells per turnip, I think. Over on Sezurbia, we were at 137, I think. So it'll be really interesting to see. Over on Sezurbia, there was a big jump. Over here, we've been in profit immediately, but slowly growing. So let's see what the turnips are doing this morning. Sezrawrr, welcome, welcome. What do you need today? Remembering we paid 90 and we spent 450,000 bells on our turnips. Let's see what's going on today. Oh, the current price for turnips is 57 bells per turnip. Well, that's definitely not happening, my friends. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Not right now. I'm going to switch out the switches. I've got the shared switch here because here we are now on Sezurbia. Let's see what's going on here. Sezrawrr, welcome, welcome. What do you need today? Tell me those turnip prices. Tell me that they're better than 57 bells. Oh, no. What do I do? Because we've gone down here too. We were at 137 last night. Why? Okay, it is making me think, though, that maybe on Sezurbia, hold on, I'm not going to sell for this price. It is profit, but I want to have really good profit this week. I'm tired of little profit. I want the big leagues, right? I want it. I'm hoping that maybe here on Sezurbia, we're having the random pattern where it's just going to be a little bit all over the place. I'm hoping that Sezurbia is going to get its act together, though. I don't know. I'm quite concerned, but I'm not selling for 125 bells per turnip. I'm not doing it. So I'm going to see what the price is doing this afternoon or tonight when we play tonight. We'll see what's going on, okay, my friends? But with that being said, that's all I'm going to have for you for this little update right now. Let's bring on the full night episode. All right. How exciting is all that? And having KK come this morning was so cool. But first things first, I really do need to check the turnip prices because I am concerned. After this morning's prices, I am just really concerned. It's been kind of on the back of my mind all day. So before we check the mail or anything, I think we're just going to go. By the way, I haven't mentioned yet, but you probably guessed, this is an After Dark episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Okay? After Dark. I'm in my pajamas and it is now 6:23 p.m. So that's fine. We are going to do some more night fishing. But first things first. Turnip prices, please. Well, that's not gonna do it, is it? That is not gonna do it at all. I am unhappy with that. I do have Sezurbia loaded up on the other Switch, though. Let me swap them out really quick so we can check that out. Unhappy with the prices, though. That's not good. I mean, it's only Tuesday. The day that I'm recording this, it's only Tuesday. I've still got plenty of days, but I just... I would have preferred to see the prices just going up and up. Let's see. So we were at 125 over here this morning, which was down like 12 bells on the night before. So let's see what we're doing now. Far out. Like, I am concerned. I don't know what's going on. It just is. This is the week that I've bought the most turnips, spent the most money. It's not enough, and I'm refusing. I'm gonna play riskily this week, the stock market, so that's fine. I'm just gonna save and exit out of Sezurbia, but let me just load back into Sezurbia with you guys, swap them over, save and exit. I mean, it's like I said, it's only Tuesday. There's still plenty of time. There's still plenty of days. But I just have a feeling that this is going to be the week where we don't even break even. That we're going to have a loss. Dandy! That's not the news that I wanted to hear. Anyway, while I'm here, we do have some Nook Miles achievements to go over. Sorry, I'm just getting out of the other Switch so that I don't waste battery on it. Thanks. Okay, so let's go over the Nook Miles achievements that I achieved in between last episode and this episode. Let's take a look. We got flower power because I planted a lot more flowers. So we planted 50 flowers. Fantastic. So good. That's what you love to see. Do I have any more? Yes, shrubbery hububbery because I planted some shrubs. I planted 10 shrubs. Very nice. We've got to plant another 10 shrubs to finish that one off, but I don't have another 10 shrubs. We've got Remarkable Remodeler. This will be because we had our mailbox get upgraded. You probably will have seen it briefly. We'll go and take a look at the mailbox in a second because we've got to check the mail, but we finished remodeling our house. It looks like a completely new house now. It doesn't. It really just is the mailbox that we changed. It's fine. I'll give you rewards based on the number of remodels you do, so keep it up. So we've done 1. Fabulous. I think we've got to do 5 total. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it kind of is because it takes a lot of bells to remodel your house. Anyway, totally fine. So good. That's 1 started. We've got Smile Isle. We've reached the next level of Smile Isle, which is doing good deeds for our villagers. So we've done 10 good deeds for our villagers. We've got to do another 40 to get the next one, which is why every time a villager asks us to come over to their house, we're going to say yes. Every time we see a lost item on the ground, we're going to return it. Every time we go and visit someone and they're sick, we're going to give them medicine, okay? Because that all goes towards Smile Isle. Do I have any more? I think that might be it for... Oh no, KK Mania, of course, because we've had KK come to play. KK supports our island with his groovy brand of folk rock, so we should support him. The more KK shows you attend, the more Nook Miles you can earn. This is what I was talking about this morning. So we've attended our first show. We've got to attend 9 more, which is essentially 9 weeks worth of gameplay to get to the next one. So it takes a really, really long time to get through all of the KK Mania Nook Miles achievements. I'm determined to do it all though, my friends. I'm determined to achieve every single Nook Miles achievement. We're going to be playing on this island for A long time, my friends. I also got Shady Shakedown. This is from getting items when we're shaking trees, when I've been going around and finding all my wasps to sell to Flick, and I'm shaking the trees and furniture comes down. That's what we've got here. So I have shaken 20 pieces of furniture down from trees. Fabulous. 21 actually. So that is it for the Nook Miles goals that I have achieved. Fantastic. A good start. Hopefully we can achieve some more today. Now, I haven't spoken to villagers, so I need to speak to Blue Bear. It's 10,000 bells for an antique chair. Ouch. Tre spendy. Is tre spendy. Also, horrible pronunciation. I know. I'm so sorry, but I could spend 10,000 bells on an antique chair. It's just the antique vibe is kind of my vibe, although maybe not. I'm going to leave it for the minute. I'm not going to buy one. I'm not interested in the bed. I'm not sort of interested in anything else. Let me just have a look at the Nook Miles Plus. Okay, so I don't even have spend bells to buy items anyway. I'm going to leave it for the minute. We're going to go check the mail. Okay, check out our new mailbox. Exciting. And then I'm going to get into what the main part of this episode is going to be. I mean, we do have to chat to all of our villagers, and here's Matilda, so we may as well just chat to her too. Ah, sezrawrr, what a pleasure it is to see you today, wee baby. What's the latest? I got up bright and early today, wee baby. Good on you, so did I. I had a big day of filming. After all, you know what they say, the early kangaroo gets their to-do list done. And I have almost got mine done. This is the last thing on my to-do list. Very good. All right. Yeah, let's just go check the mail and then we'll worry about catching up with everyone else, right? So have a look. Our new mailbox. Yay. Isn't it so cute? I love it. Let's check the mail though. All right, a lot of things because I did also have to buy some stuff to appease some Nook Miles goals, to achieve some Nook Miles Plus goals. I'm just getting my notes out. You know how it goes. Every time I have songs, I need to cross them off my list. I get my notes out. So we have here Mountain Song. Very good. I also have a song in my pockets that I'll need to check out in a second. It's KK Song, actually, I can remember. KK Song that we got from Barreled. Thank you so much. We also got Welcome Horizons this morning from Tom Nook. Fabulous. All these songs I can cross off my list, right? We've got a letter from Happy Home Academy, though, about Sezrawrr's home. We got a B ranking. If you're really going for a particular look, you can score big points by collecting all of the furniture in a theme. It's not easy, but it can be worth it. Well, I'm not even trying to make my house look good yet, okay? Just stop judging me because I'm not there yet. I've been trying to get the island to 3 stars and we have. So now I can start looking at that kind of thing, okay? We got a letter from Huck who says, Dear Sezrawrr, hey, I just wanted to say that I'm so happy I met you. I couldn't have said it in person without getting all flustered and weird, and now I'm sure all of our future interactions will be 100% normal. Straightforwardly, Huck. That's very sweet, Huck. I still want you to leave my island one day. You're just not my vibe. And I'm so sorry. I feel bad about it. But Daisy May gave us some more bamboo shoots. I'm probably going to sell them, honestly. I don't even think I really want bamboo on the island at all. I'm not saving any bamboo recipes. It's just not really my kind of vibe. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I planted the bamboo trees because I felt we needed to get to 3 stars. And we've got there now. So we've got a gift from Blue Bear who says, try this, Sezrawrr. I believe it's super important to be adventurous in fashion. So I got you this piece because it looks like something you'd never wear. Okay. Since I can't see your reaction in person, I'll just assume you love it. I love it too, from Blue Bear. Oh, I'm excited to see what that's going to be. The next song we've got is K, and I don't know how to pronounce that. Fugue? I don't know. We're going to have a listen to it in a second, though, because we're going to register all these songs. And then for Nook Miles Plus, in spending 5,000 bells, I bought a floating biotope planter and a mini cactus set. Totally fine. That is all of the mail. Let's open our goodies. There's the mini cactus set, the floating biotope planter. We should have KK Fugue here. And then we should have, this would be the clothing item from Blue Bear. What did she get us? A pilot's cap. Well, she's not wrong. I would never wear that in a million years. It's going to eventually get sold. Thank you so much, Blue Bear. Okay, over here we've got the bamboo shoots from Daisy May, and then we've got Mountain Song. So with that being said, let's run inside. Let's register these songs, have a quick listen to them, all of that good stuff, right? All right, we've got a stereo here that is playing KK Robot Synth. I love it. I'm just going to put my bamboo shoots, all of the pilot's cap. I'm going to put the biotope planter and the mini cactus set in the inventory. We are looking specifically at registering these songs. All right, let's have a listen to KK Fugue first. Oh, hold on. I didn't listen to it. Where is it? This one. Sounds very ye old, not sort of my vibe. Sorry, I was just listening to something else. It's all good. We've then got Mountain Song. Let's have a listen to Mountain Song. Not my vibe. Sorry, just not my vibe. Welcome Horizons. We listened to this morning, but this is the radio version that matches the theme when you're loading into the game. Very cute, but we've already listened to it once today. So let's do KK Song. Let's see what KK Song is. This is Barrel's favorite song. He gave it to us. They're just not KK Robot Synth, which is what we are playing in here at the moment because it's such a vibe. I love it. All right. So, with that being said, now there are some things that I do need to essentially do, like talk to the rest of our villagers. I have to do that. I would like to do some Nook Miles Plus goals. I know we have just super excitingly, what buttons am I pressing, had the island designer come into play, but I'm not going to do that tonight, okay? Because I need to actually have a look at the island. Let's take a look at the map for a second. And I'm going to need to start planning the changes I'm going to want to make to terraforming. Like straight away over, I sort of can't really point at my screen and tell you where I'm talking about. So I'm going to have to do it by the grid. So sort of in D2, the D row 2 column where we have the new incline, I'm going to want to make massive changes to that area. Okay. I'm also going to want to make massive changes to the area where we have Matilda and we have Blue Bear living and even Huck living. Like where those 3 houses are, I'm going to want to make some pretty massive changes around that area as well. So I'm going to maybe do like take a screenshot of this actually. So let me just write that down in my notes to get a screenshot of this. So I can maybe like take it into like Paint or my photo editing program. I don't have Photoshop. I can't afford Photoshop. And I'm going to just like do some basic like drawing to see if I can figure out how I'm going to want to lay it out. Okay. We've got a pretty interesting dynamic with the way our rivers are flowing, specifically in the clifftop area. So sort of around columns 2 and 3, columns 2 and 3, where the cliff tops in D, C, B, and A are. It's pretty interesting in that area, the way that river flows. But I've got some plans still for that area, okay? I just need to make some changes to it, that's all. But I'm going to need to sit down now that we've got the ability to and work out exactly what changes I'm going to need to make and then figure out where we're going to start in making those changes. It's a big job. It's going to take a long time to get the island looking the way that I want it to look. But yeah, we're just going to need to take some time. Or I'm going to need to take some time, probably in my downtime, to figure out a loose plan and where to start as well. Okay, so with that being said, that's why I am not going to be doing anything with the terraforming or anything tonight. We're not doing that tonight. I already had planned on making this a fishing episode anyway. We still need to try and catch the golden trout from the clifftop rivers. There's some other bugs like the atlas moth that I really want to catch. But hold on a second. I'm so sorry. I just feel like I need to turn down my display The music is really loud in my ears and I just need to turn it down. I think it's these headphones, but I've got the headphones sort of turned down as loud as I can. It needs to be from my computer itself. Okay, now I feel like I can hear myself think a little bit. Sorry about all of that. You won't have even noticed anything. You will have just seen me standing there holding an axe. Like a crazy person, right? It's fine. But with that being said, I'm going to need to... Oh, no, I've got 2 fishing rods, but I'm probably going to need to craft more. We're just going to see what other bugs we can catch. Let me just bring up the creature list for a second. Where's my creature list? I always lose it. It's there and I just always lose it. I can never find it. There it is. I found it. So we do have the ability currently at this time of night. It's 20 to 7. I'm just going to do some basic wandering around for a second to see if I can find anyone who's wandering around while I'm reading this. We do have the ability to catch a great purple emperor. Have I not already caught a great purple emperor? Butterfly? I have. I'm gonna cross that off my list. Sorry. I'm so sorry about that. That is my bad. Okay, so currently we have the ability for fish to catch. I mean, we could catch a giant trevally. I don't have any bait. Or a mahi-mahi. I don't have any bait. I don't want to go for them. We could catch a catfish in the pond. We can catch the golden trout from the cliff tops. We could go diving if we wanted to. At 7 o'clock, so in about 20 minutes, we get the ability to catch the Atlas moth, which is the big moth that was on the trees the last night episode that I kept scaring away. I would love to catch that tonight. We could also catch a scorpion, because I haven't caught a scorpion yet, and a giant water bug. They all become available from 7 p.m. So it would be really cool to catch those 3 bugs. They're not essential, to catch before the end of November. They're just available to catch now, and I would like to catch them. The only thing that is essential to catch by the end of November, and it's not even that essential, is the golden trout, because it's also available again in March. So even if we don't catch it by the end of November, we'll have another chance to catch it in March. But I would just like to catch it. That's all. So a few bugs on the list of things that we could potentially catch. But let me just see if I can catch up with the rest of my villagers. Is Genji home? Yes, let's go chat to Genji, see what's going on over there. See, now I feel like my display is too low. What is going on with me tonight? I'm so sorry. Let me just get this sorted again. I promise you, this will be the last time that I get distracted by my volume. That should be okay, right? It's hard to tell now because we're in Genji's house and he doesn't have music playing or anything. So I don't know. I'm just going to stick with that. It'll be fine. All right. Genji, let's have a chat, my guy. Welcome to the world famous Genji Workout Center. Let's chat. I just got called tedious by Blue Bear. She said I only ever think about muscles. Well, I mean, you kind of only ever do, my guy, but I wouldn't call you tedious for that. That's a bit harsh. But that's not tedious, Mochi. Look, it's fine. I mean, just look at how many muscle groups you can work on, or all the routines you can create and perfect. I'm sorry that she upset you, my guy. It is what it is. She needs to apologize. I don't know. Anyway, all good. That is talking to villagers done. Fantastic. We can also do some group stretching. They want us to catch some sea creatures, so we could catch some of the sea creatures that are available potentially. Would be nice. Catching bugs. Of course, we can go around and shake trees to get more wasps because I've just sold them all. So we need to get a stock of more wasps for the next time Flick comes. Because Flick at the moment seems to be coming pretty regularly, right? So, do I want to get started on that? Maybe I should get started on that while we're also trying to find all of our other villagers, right, to chat to. So let's get started. I'm going to start over here by these trees. Shaking every tree to find all of the wasps, right? This is what I've been doing every single time that I have gotten the catch 5 bugs. I've gone and shaken every single tree to catch some wasps. Alright, so it's incredibly exciting that we are at a 3-star island. I can't believe that it happened when I wasn't even with you, and I'm really sorry that it happened when I wasn't even with you. Like I said, I was just not expecting Isabel to say that we were at a 3-star island. I thought she was just going to tell me I needed to plant more flowers, and I was going to be like, how many more flowers can I possibly plant? Right? Anyway, we got it all sorted. And it's exciting. So it means that once I start developing, I can then start working out where I want to keep my flower breeding. I think it's probably going to be in that area anyway. It's just about making it look better, right? Here we have Pashmina and Rolf, so let's chat to Pashmina real quick. Evening, kidders. Evening to you. Let's talk. It's probably the weather, but wow, I feel like a million bells today, kidders. It could be the fact that we had KK Slider perform today. I know concerts make me feel like a million bells. Let's chat to Rolf. Oh, hey, it's you. It is indeed. What's the latest? Days when the weather's nice make my bones ache a bit less. He's definitely a grumpy guy, but that's okay. Sometimes I can be a grumpy girl. Happens to the best of us, right? I think I already shook that tree, but I'm gonna shake it again. Whoa, wasps. Very good. Our first wasps to add to our storage for when Flick comes back. I have so many wasp nests, by the way, now, which is a good thing because you can use them to make medicine. So it's always good to have wasp nests on you. Let's get this guy. Can't forget that little tree there. Can't forget this little tree over by Pashmina's house. And then I'm going to join back up to where I think I was at. I've probably already shaken this tree. Gonna shake it again. Don't think I got over to this one, though. It's all good. So... oh, another wasp. Very good. This is why we shake all of the trees. I was going to say something and I've just completely forgotten what it was. Wow, another set of wasps. So they're going to be all in the... I mean, it would be really great if I didn't have to go around and shake every single tree. If I could just shake only a few, that'd be great and get all 5 wasps. That'd be real good. Because I'm really not sure how entertaining it's going to be for you. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, you'll be fine. I'll be fine. Everything will be so fine. I am very, very pleased that we were able to get to a 3-star island, obviously, right? But like, to get it done before the big update that's coming. Oh my god, Barrel's asleep. Barrel is asleep. ZZZ. ZZZ. Ha, wazza? Huh? Where am I? Why is my lasagna not in my pocket? Phew, I must have dozed off after I ate lunch. Easy enough done, my guy. Very cute. Again, forgot what I was going to say. Had a point that I was going to make. Forgot what it was. Anyway, all good. Just thinking about... we can start thinking about trying to make our house look a little bit more homely now that we've reached 3-star island. We've got some of the things unlocked anyway. We still don't have Harv unlocked, actually. Do I need to go and speak to Harv now that we've made it to 3 stars? Do I need to go and travel to his island to see... because I can't remember how that all came about. Maybe I need to wait. It is literally the first day that we have had KK Slider unlocked. Maybe the game just needs a day to understand that that is a thing that has happened, and then maybe Harv will come back to our island. I'm not sure. 4 wasps. We only need to find 1 more, my friends, but we've got a lot of trees to left to shake. It could be up in the cliff tops yet. Who knows? I'm hoping not. But, yeah, so maybe it just needs a day for the game to be like, yes, we've got this unlocked. Harv can be unlocked now. We already spoke to Blue Bear, didn't we? Sorry, I saw the light on and I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, someone's in there. I need to go chat to them. It's all good. Let's see what Blue Bear's got to say. Thanks for stopping by, sezrawrr. You're welcome. Let's chat. Living on this island is so fab. I mean, I'm basically the queen bee. Excuse you? What about me? Anyway, but sometimes even I get lonely. So do I. Luckily, I have an idea. It's called the Shower Blue Bear with Attention Club. I like that idea. But for me, brilliant, right? I'll invite everyone over and we'll have so much fun. No one will be lonely, Peach. Once I iron out all the details and get the matching jackets and everything, I hope you'll join in. I would definitely, Blue Bear. I would definitely. Very good. So yeah, I don't know when we get half unlocked, because a big part of trying to make my house look the way I want it to is the ability to recolor furniture that I can't recolor without Reese and Cyrus, right? So I'm going to need them to be unlocked. We've got a DIY recipe. Let's read this real quick. Congrats on finding my treasure. I was rereading my old notes on how to become a pop star. Sounds like she'd be friends with Blue Bear, and found this fab recipe. It's too good to keep to myself, so I threw it in this bottle to share. Show it off once you're done. The cutest artisan pom-pom. What have you got to tell me? A Cosmos crown. Okay, I don't really want to learn this. It's fine. I didn't have to. I didn't have to click on it to learn it, but I did. It's my fault. Anyway, we can ascend, my friends. Let's ascend up the stairs. Money spot. Very good. We do, unfortunately, it's not even unfortunately, we do just have the issue that I was talking about last episode, where there is just so much that I need to be doing on the island at all times. And it's like, how do I prioritize all the things that I need to do on the island at all times, right? It's really hard to do. But the good thing about Animal Crossing is it's just, there's no timeline. It feels like you're on a timeline because there is so much to do and you just want to get it all done. But especially now that we've hit 3 stars, there is no timeline. We are on our own timeline. We create it, okay? Our timeline is ours. But it is the case of, where do I start? And that's why, even though we've got the island designer, the ability to terraform, not even to terraform, but just to put like paths down, we've got that unlocked now. But that's why I'm not starting on that tonight, because I had already planned on this being a fishing episode trying to catch the golden trout. We've got another rattan low table. I can sell that. It's fine. And I'm sticking to that plan because catching the fish and catching the bugs and catching the sea creatures are still things that I need to do for the museum. So yeah, it's just about coming up with, what do I want to do first? And right now it's shaking lots of trees to get the last wasp. Okay, we just need one more wasp. I don't want to have to ascend up higher into the cliffs, but it's okay. If I have to, I will. I'm just going to shake all the trees on this level first, so I don't lose my place. And also trying to keep an eye out. I have not been keeping an eye out on the clifftop rivers, because there could be a golden trout in these waters right now, right? There could be. And I have not been paying attention. So I need to start paying attention. Oh, yay, last wasp. So good. I didn't have to go and shake all the trees. Fabulous. Thank you so much. Very good. Let's put our net away, but let's just firstly get the Nook Miles Plus for that. So good. Oh, we can earn bells by selling items. Also, we need to sell some fruit. Fabulous. I don't want to spend too much time on Nook Miles Plus. I do want to get into the fishing. I just am kind of waiting until it gets a little bit closer to 7 o'clock. I'm just going to do a sweep. I can't remember what size the golden trout is. Is it a medium or is it a large shadow? The golden trout. It is a medium shadow. That could be a golden trout. I'm going to try for it, okay? Right off the bat, geez Louise, could you imagine? No, it's a dace. Okay. Just could you imagine if we just immediately caught it? That would just make this day perfect, honestly. I had a really good episode filming this morning on my main channel. And I've had a really good week so far, except for the turnips over here. I'm getting a bit concerned about the turnips, but getting to 3 stars, that's just like trumped that, right? So good. I'm just going to run down for a minute and we're going to put the wasps and the wasp nests in the inventory. I'm going to get some fruit and sell it. I'm going to get some other things to sell as well. Maybe we can do group stretching, because I do have to do group stretching for Nook Miles goals. So that would be a nice one to do as well. And then maybe we'll make a couple more fishing rods and head up to get started on... Oh, also placing the money tree. Have to do that. And get started fishing. Okay. I have more talking points that I want to talk to you about, stories that I want to share with you, right? I'm going to keep those tree branches. That can make 4. 4? Yeah, I don't think we'll need any more than 4 fishing rods, but I do need to get some things to sell. Okay, some things I would like to sell. I'm going to grab the pine board flooring. I'm going to grab the white simple cloth wall. This jacket is not my vibe, but it's just reminded me of someone. And now I kind of want to keep it, even though it's not my vibe, because it's reminded me of someone. I'm going to keep it for the minute. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of the spooky flooring. It's just not quite my vibe. The spooky wall is also just kind of not my vibe. Sorry, it's just not my vibe. I want the darkness. It's not dark enough for me, pretty much is what I'm saying. Is there any other clothing bits and bobs? Oh, yes, the pilot's cap. I forgot about that. And is there any other clothing that I want to sell? No. Do I have any? Oh, yes, I've got a couple of these. That's fine, but I think I'd rather sell like my bamboo shoots and some fruit, okay, to max up to 5,000 bells. Maybe even the old tire and the empty can. Oh, good. I'm going to grab some fruit as well because we need to sell 5 fruit, and I don't want to take the ones that are in storage because I'm keeping them in storage. Also, I want to get some coconuts because coconuts will always sell for more. I can't get coconuts from that one because I must have got coconuts from that one the other day. That's okay. There's another coconut tree over here. Let's grab this one. Beautiful. And then we're going to have to go to another coconut tree. Coconuts always sell for more than like standard fruit. And I'm going to need to find one more. I had one at home, didn't I? It's okay. I'll just shake another one. There's one up here. Also, I haven't found Savannah yet. I think she's the only... Oh, and Huck. I need to see if Huck's at home. But I haven't found Savannah either, so I'm going to need to find both of them before I get started on fishing as well, just so I know that I've talked to every villager for the active island resident, is it? I can't remember if that's the one. Is Huck at home? He is. Let's go and chat to Huck. What you making, my guy? Welcome, welcome back for another episode of the Huck Show. I suppose. Glad you asked. Glad I'm just making a steel frame wall. I don't know if I want a steel frame wall. It doesn't sound like it's really my vibe. I'm gonna say no. Sorry, Huck. I'm not really interested. You're very true. Greatness doesn't build itself. Hopper. Haha. Every time he calls me Hopper, I think of Stranger Things. I'm a massive Stranger Things fan, by the way. That's a little tidbit about me. You can't see because they're behind my camera, but I have posters for every single season of Stranger Things because I love it. It's my favorite show. I am ridiculously excited for season 5 to come out, but also really sad about season 5 coming out because it's the last season and I don't want it to end. But all good things must come to an end, mustn't they? Anyway, here we are. Maybe Savannah's at the Able Sisters. We will check in there. I need to see if maybe Sable will talk to us a little bit more today. But firstly, we're going to sell some stuff. Let's sell... We will sell the fruit and my bamboo shoots. These things. Let's just sell it all. Why not? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be particularly pricey, any of it. But maybe we'll see if we need to bring some more stuff in. A total of 9,362. Thank you so much for that. Fabulous. Also, need to plant the tree. Forgot that I haven't planted the money tree yet. That's over by Able Sisters anyway, the next available spot, so that's totally fine. All right. Let's get those Nook Miles goals. Nook Miles points, sorry. Fabulous. We're over 100,000 Nook Miles. So good. We need that many because we are... Once I start developing the island and putting people's houses where I want them, then we're going to go back to villager hunting, adding more plots and going villager hunting, okay? Super exciting. Over here, we have the last tree spot that I'm doing the money tree. I'm going to need to chop that down. Fabulous. And let's get our new money tree in. Thank you. Okay, Let's see if we have Savannah and the Able Sisters. The dress in the window kind of looks like something that Lil Simsy would want to wear on her cottagecore island. Because yes, I'm watching Lil Simsy's. Here's Savannah. I am watching Lil Simsy's Animal Crossing Island. She should wear that dress. It's very cottagecore. I think she'd love it. It is actually pretty cute, right? I don't think I want it. It's not my gothic vibe anyway. But here we have Savannah. Let's chat to Savannah. And this will be the last villager we need to speak to. I understand this was designed by someone from any isle. It's a unique style, y'all. It sure is. Fabulous. And we've spoken to every one of our villagers. Now let's speak to Sable. You're sezrawrr, right? I sure am. She's talking to us. Oh my god. Mabel says, wait, what just happened? Me, right? Me, exactly. I don't think I've ever heard you call a customer by name before, sis. Hush, Mabel, literally. You know this is hard for me. Oh, she's so sweet. I love Sable. Anyway, I'm Sable. I figured it was time we were introduced properly. You can go back to shopping now. Oh, I want to keep talking to you, Sable. You're a sweetie pie. I love the pattern you're working on. It's very cute and not my vibe at all. But it's still cute. Anyway, should we see what is on offer today? Let's just have a look. We may as well. We're here. We've got bells. Let's go and take a look. All right. So far, nothing. Ooh, fishnet tights. I don't think I've got any fishnet tights. Maybe I could get myself some fishnets, right? The shoes I've already got. So maybe I could just get myself a clown nose as well. Why not? I'm going to make that be the purchase. I'm not going to wear either though. Thank you. No. Totally fine. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so glad that we were able to have a conversation with Sable. From here on out, she will talk to us a little bit more, which is so nice. I feel like I was Sable at one point. I feel like I still am Sable sometimes. I struggle to talk to people sometimes. I'm a bit introverted. I'm definitely shy until you get to know me and then try to shut me up. I think I've said that before over here. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Hold. I still haven't gotten around to working that out to be better. Sorry about that. I will eventually. Okay, I will. It's all good. Anyway, now that means we are at 7 o'clock, my friends. We've got the 7 o'clock music. I love the 7 o'clock music. I've heard this music so often. Apparently on my other island, I used to play around 7 o'clock so often. Anyway, which means that we now have the 3 bugs that I just mentioned before, which are the atlas moth that we can find on the trees, the giant water bug, which can be found in rivers, and we also have the ability to catch a scorpion. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping my eye out for all of those things. Other things that I need to do, though, are things like group stretching. We can easily chop some wood and hit some rocks. Okay, totally fine. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. We're going to probably do all of these things, actually, just by getting ready to go fishing and stuff. But let's get started with group stretching. I feel like it's been a while since you and I have done group stretching together. I've done it a few times off camera, just not so much on camera. Every time it comes up in Nook Miles Plus, I do it. Begin. Look at the assortment that we've got today. Very nice. Rolf was already ready. He was already stretching and exercising in the plaza. He was already ready for this, my friends. It's nice to see Blathers always outside of the museum. His eyebrows are looking especially eyebrowy today. I'm still trying to think of what design I want to do for our island's flag. I want it to be something dark and gothic. I'm just not sure. I have just had something pop into my head, but it might be a bit too specific. I don't know. I'd need to do some research, I think, and come up with some concepts. But I definitely want it to be dark and gothic-esque. would be super nice. Do, 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 do. Ah! I love that. Every time that happens. Also, why didn't you guys tell me that my fringe looked like that? Been sitting here with my fringe looking real bad. You didn't tell me. It's fine. That's why I have a comb handy all the time. Alright, last step of group stretching. Very good. Apparently I activated Siri on my phone. I don't know why, how I activated her. Anyway, not talking to you. I'm talking to you. Anyway, that is Nook Miles Plus done for that. Thank you very much. Okay. They want us to catch a butterfly fish. That's one that's found in the sea. We're probably not going to do any sea fishing tonight, so we're not going to do that. We can definitely hit some rocks, though. We could potentially find the money rock, because just like the money spot, there is also a money rock every day that gives you bells. I'm going to start with this rock, because it's super easy to just wedge myself up against Nook's cranny and in between the yucca that I put down, which I think I'm going to keep there, actually, for the minute, just because it's so handy to do this. Oh, money rock immediately. Honestly, I was hoping that would be the case because we get like just over 16,000 bells from the money rock. I'm going to have to start incorporating it into my daily routine when we're filming together, right? Just like we find the money spot, we find the money rock, okay? Eventually, I would like to have a rock garden where all of my rocks are in the one place. I have one on Sezurbia. I mentioned it when we visited Sezurbia for the first time. It's really annoying to get a rock garden set up, though. It's very finicky. It makes your island look real ugly while you're getting it all set up. But once it's done, it looks really good. So I just got to figure out where I want to do that. That's why I need to, like, with the screenshot of the map I will have gotten earlier, I need to just try and figure out where I want things to be, right? And exactly what I want to be a part of this island, right? Because I know that I want it to be dark and a bit gothic looking, but there are still other things that I'm going to want. Like I talked earlier on in the Let's Play about having like like a carnival, like a dark carnival, because I love the carnival stuff. Oh, not that axe. That is not the axe that I want. I want the normal axe just to chop some wood, okay? I'm not super phased about the wood anymore because like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, went and got lots of resources that night that we learnt the reaction from Rolf. Do I have another axe? I do. Look at me go. At least I was prepared. So I now have a decent amount of wood of all kinds. Still way more softwood than anything else. But normal wood is catching up to softwood, actually. Yes, that should be all good for chopping wood. Okay, we're just rhyming in the sentences, apparently. It's all good. Oh, they want me to catch a moth, and I saw one. I saw one. Where did I see one? Is it up at the museum that I saw one? Or up at Able Sisters? I knew I saw one. Thank you. That was super easy. Love when we can have an easy time like that. Cool. So, I mean, we're going to catch fish anyway. 10 flowers. Maybe we can go and have a look and see if any of our flowers have bred because I haven't been over that way yet. Let's just quickly have a look. I think I can see that some of our wheat starts have grown. So let's take a look what's going on over here. Okay, these are all of our flowers. Oh, we've just got some new orange Cosmo buds, but I don't really want any more orange Cosmo buds. I need some black ones, please. So maybe I need to get all of these flowers watered, just the ones that we're breeding, right? Let's water all these guys. I've got 2 watering cans. I'm well prepared for this. I feel like I was saying something. Look, like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, it's been a long day. I've had a long day and I've talked a lot and my brain is kind of struggling only because it's been a lot, but I've had a lot of fun. It's been a great day. I've had some lovely comments from some of you that also follow me over on my main channel, Sezrawrr Sims. I talked in a video that I released yesterday about, oh, you know, just some channel stuff. You know, there's some stuff going on with The Sims and EA as a franchise and stuff, and I mentioned that I had this channel over here, and a lot of you guys were so supportive, saying that you watch me over here, or that you would like to but you don't have time to watch the long episodes, which I totally get. Hope that you still do anyway, because I think it's a fun vibe. But yeah, just feeling a bit of the love at the moment. Also, we hit 100 subscribers over here. Literally, was it last episode that I was saying we were really close to 100 subscribers? It was literally the next day that we hit 100 subscribers. It's amazing. Thank you so much. We are a small community over here, but I love the vibe over here. It's a lot of fun, and thank you for being a part of it. I'm glad that you seem to be liking it too. All right, they are all our breeding flowers watered. I don't need to water any more flowers than that. Fabulous. I don't think I'm going to sell a hot item for the day. What I am going to do is just go and take a look over this way at our crops. Okay, well, the bamboo trees are nearly grown. One more day and they should be fully grown, but we've got carrots and we've got wheat. Look at them. So cute. I'm not going to pick them yet. I'm just going to leave them as they are. Our fruit trees are nearly grown as well. So exciting. Very good. With that being said, I'm just going to go and empty my pockets. Ooh, pick up that wood that I missed. That's it. No worries. Empty my pockets. I need to be keeping in mind that I could come across a scorpion at any time now. And also the atlas moth on the trees I need to be keeping an eye out for. And the bug in the rivers I need to be keeping an eye out for. But I just need to be keeping in mind that I could run into any of those things and be ready to catch them at a moment's notice. Would be super nice. Let's pop these away. Except for the tree branches, because I'm about to use them. Oh yeah, I can't do that, can I? I will with the update coming in January, February, I can't remember. But we will have the ability to put flowers in the household inventory. Can't wait for that, my friends. It's going to make a big difference. All right. Let's make some fishing rods and then we'll get started on the fishing, my friends. Yes, let's craft. Oh, that's a net. It's not a fishing rod. Anyway, it's fine. It just means I'm going to be able to make one less fishing rod. It's fine. I can still make another 3. That should be fine. I don't think we'll use that many. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully we'll catch a golden trout really easily. That would be super nice. But I need to catch at least 5 fish because the Nook Miles Plus goals want me to catch 5 fish. So we can do that. This should be the last one. Beautiful. Fabulous. Okay. I should have... Yeah, I'm just going to drop that. And I'm just going to plant... I just want as much space in my pockets as I can kind of have at the moment. Just because any extra fish that we catch that we have already donated, I'm still going to keep for when CJ comes to visit. And he's going to want to buy all my fish, right? That would be super nice. So, like 22 spots, that's totally fine. All right, let's go, my friends. Just going to take it easy. So I just remembered the pep talk I had with myself about keeping an eye out for bugs, right? That atlas moth, it'll get me every time. I want to catch it. Ooh, you're a big guy. I want to catch you. Probably going to be a black bass. You don't know if you don't catch it though, so let's catch it. Bing. Nice. Yep, it's black bass. Totally fine. All good. Okay. Luckily, I've got 4 more, right? It's totally fine. All right. So, When we went villager hunting, I started talking to you guys about my tattoos, and I never finished the story of my tattoos. That was risky. It doesn't matter. I don't need Castmaster anymore, but I didn't think it was going to turn around. That's all. And I remember where I was up to with the story of my first tattoo. That when I got the first tattoo and how it's not in the position that I wanted it to be, I would have liked to have it facing so that I couldn't read it when I look at it. And it's not upside down for me. I remember that I was telling you about the guy in the tattoo shop. He was just a typical... Well, I shouldn't say that because not all tattoo artists are like him. Every other tattoo artist I've ever been to has not been like him, actually. They've all been super nice and very supportive, and yeah, he just was not interested. I think it's because my tattoo was not going to cost very much money. He wasn't going to make very much money for it. He just didn't seem like he was really interested from the get-go. And given that it was my first ever tattoo, like, I didn't quite have the confidence to step up and say, actually, this isn't quite the way I want it. The font that I'd picked was not going to work, which I do understand. It would have just bled all together and it would have been ineligible after a few years. As it is, it's been over 10 years since I've had that tattoo. And, I mean, it's bled a little bit, but you can still read what it says. That happens with tattoos, right? So that's the story of that tattoo. Just finishing that off, just in case you were wondering what the end of that story was. Not super interesting, but something nonetheless. I need to be keeping an eye on the trees. I keep forgetting. Huh, that tree kind of confused me for a second. It's all good. Totally fine. Nothing to see here, my friends. So, I feel like I should do more of a get to know me. I jumped into the tattoo story. I want to save the tattoos though, because I'm not going to be super interested in going full screen and showing you my other tattoos at the moment. But on a more of a get to know me kind of thing, I'm a bit of an alternative girly, if you couldn't tell. I say alternative because I don't really like labeling myself. People get kind of gatekeepy when it comes to like fashion styles or when it comes to music and stuff. And so I don't like putting labels on what I think I am, because then there's always going to be people that'll be like, you're not this, you're not that, you don't listen to this, you don't listen to that. I hate people like that. So these days I just say I like what I like and I don't have a label for it. But I think alternative is probably a good broad label. Like in my fashion and in my music listening to-ness, my music taste. I listen to a lot of alternative music. My favorite bands, in case you were wondering, I am currently obsessed with Ghost. I cannot stop thinking about Ghost, the band. They're so good. I also love Motionless in White. They're my other favorite band, and I get to see them live for the first time next year. I'm so unbelievably excited about that. I also love Bring Me the Horizon, and I love Bad Omens. So I listen to a lot of, I guess, what people would call metalcore. But I don't put labels on things. Because people get gatekeepy when you put labels on things, right? But I've been listening to... I mean, I guess I grew up listening to a lot of classic metal bands, thanks to my dad, who has some pretty amazing music taste. I grew up... That's not a fish, it's a stone! Anyway, it's fine. I grew up listening to bands like Pink Floyd. Oh, there's a balloon. I want to catch that. It might be some iron nuggets. But bands like Pink Floyd and... Oh, okay, it's over the water at the moment. I can't catch it just yet. Okay. We're going to come and chill and wait for it. Bands like Pink Floyd, sorry, I will finish my sentence now, and like Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple and Iron Maiden and, you know, classic metal. But then my dad also, like I said, has an amazing taste in music. I also grew up listening to like Fleetwood Mac and Blondie and the Bangles. For an Australian artist, Paul Kelly. If you're Australian, you might know Paul Kelly. And because of him, and then because of my mum as well, because my mum has a completely different taste in music. She loves Michael Jackson and ABBA, so I grew up listening to all of those artists. And because of that, I have a really varied taste in music. Like, I love like metal and alternative music. A gold nugget, thank you so much. It wasn't an iron nugget, but a gold one. I'll take that too, thank you so much. But I also love pop music. Like, I love Sabrina Carpenter. I think she's so cool, and I love what she's doing for women in pop music. I think she's amazing. And I desperately want to see her live. Where are the Australian tour dates, Sabrina? You promised when you were here for Taylor's Eras tour that you would be back, and you've released 2 albums since then. Where are you? Please. Anyway, I also really like... That's a giant water bug. I need to catch that one. Thank you. Come right here. Yes. Fabulous. Yes. I caught a giant water bug. It should have stayed in the water. It should have. It could have, honestly. I kind of hate how it's wriggling and squirming at me, and I kind of just need to cross it off my creature list so I don't have to look at it anymore. Jeez Louise. Okay, crossing it off the creatures list now. Fabulous. So good. Ugh. Giving me the heebie-jeebies. I just don't like bugs. Anyway, back to my music taste. I also absolutely love and cherish and adore Billie Eilish. She is absolutely incredible, and I am absolutely so devastated that I did not get to see her on her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour in Australia. I was trying up until like half an hour before each concert, like an hour before each concert, to get tickets, and they would just sell out so quickly. I was devastated. Because what an album to see live, right? It would have been so good. But I love Billie. She's just incredible. I also really like Dua Lipa. I love Doja Cat as well. Yeah, so I have a big appreciation for multiple different genres of music, and I think it comes from my background of what I'd been listening to growing up. And also in my house, there was just music playing constantly, pretty much constantly, and it was very normal. Please be a cherry trout. It's not, it's another day. Okay, it's fine. It was very common and quite normal in our house when there was music playing to just sing along. You would sing along, and my dad has a really beautiful singing voice, so there's an atlas moth. Oh, I'm having success with all the bugs. Wowee. Finally, I've got you, my friend. I don't have to worry about trees anymore. I can run past all the trees that I want. So now the only bug that I need to catch that's available right now is a scorpion. But yes, I caught an atlas moth. I bet it never gets lost. Oh no, it's the end of the line for my trusty flimsy net. Okay, that's fine, because I've got another 2, because I made an extra one before by accident. It's totally fine. So good on the 2 bugs, though. I'm just going to put them up here so I don't get them mixed up with the fish that I am going to be putting in storage, right? Those 2 we need to donate. 2 out of 4 things I really would have liked to catch today. One of them is the cherry trout. This is not going to be a cherry trout, but that's okay. Anyway, we were pretty much singing all the time in our house, and it's just very normal when I'm listening to music, which is pretty much as often as I can listen to music, I'll be listening to music, to just sing out loud, to the point where I would, at school, we were allowed to have our iPods in class at school, back when I had an iPod. I didn't have an iPod to start off with. I had my Discman, you know, kind of aging me a bit, but I had my Discman, and then I got myself an iPod. And we were allowed to play music in our headphones in class. And I didn't realize, but because it was so commonplace for me to just be singing to whatever I was listening to, I didn't realize I was singing out loud in class. until one day I felt like people were staring at me. And so I look up from my work. I was doing my work, very busily, studiously doing my work. I just looked at that fish with my eyes open. It wasn't a fish. I was just about to celebrate that I caught a fish with my eyes open. Anyway, it's fine. Another DIY recipe with an empty can? We've already learnt one. What else could you possibly have come up with? I don't want to be learning all these. Oh! A thumb piano, also known as a kalimba. I have a kalimba. I'm not going to get it though. Anyway, that's actually not bad. Not bad. I'm okay with that recipe. What Nook miles do I have? Proper Nook miles. Big ones. More raining treasure. No, okay, that's from the balloons. I've popped 50 balloons. Fabulous. Very good. Is that it for the big Nook miles? Yes, okay. It just shocked me. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway. Yeah, I was very studiously doing my work in class, but didn't realize that I had been singing out loud until I felt like people were staring at me. So I look up from my work and everyone in the class is looking at me. And I'm like, oh my God, was I singing out loud? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that I was singing out loud. And they're like, oh, we don't mind. It just was interesting. How many empty cans am I going to catch? I mean, I don't mind. I do have to catch a lot of trash for Nook miles as well, but like 2 in a row? Seriously? Anyway, it's fine. But then they were like, oh yeah, it's fine. We don't mind. It just is interesting. And then it just became so commonplace for me to be singing. And I'm talking about this in like high school. I was in high school when this happened. So sort of like year 9 and up. It just became so commonplace for me to be singing in class while doing my work that if I wasn't singing in class while doing my work, people were like, what's wrong? Something's wrong with Sarah. She's not singing. Just a little bit about me. So I sing as much as I can. I listen to music as much as I can. I wanted to be a singer. Cringe. I hate talking about this. I wanted to be a singer for like all of my childhood and like up until I pretty much left high school, and I was like, yeah, I want to be a singer, but didn't have any idea how to actually go ahead and do that for myself, right? And when I have no words, okay? Anyway, when I sat down and thought about it, I was like 18 and thinking about my life because I wasn't in school anymore, and that's when you're supposed to start thinking about your life, because aren't we supposed to have our lives all mapped out from when we're in high school, right? We're supposed to know exactly what we're doing and how we're going to get there while we're in high school. It's ridiculous, right? Anyway, that's a whole other spiel I could go on, but I'm not going to. But I realized that not only did I not know how I was going to become a singer, but I realized that I wouldn't have what it took to become a singer. And it's just like my dream that I had had since I was a child kind of just came crashing down around me. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I didn't mean to get all sad and depresso. But I did get all sad and depresso, okay? So just back to the music though. I wanted to talk more about the music that I like. So growing up listening to all of those bands, like the pop bands and also like the metal bands thanks to my dad, and other bands thanks to my dad, when it came time to sort of develop my own taste in music, well, it sort of didn't happen straight away. I have a sister who's like 2 years older than me, so she started developing her own taste in music first, and I of course just happened to love everything that she was listening to, which was like Good Charlotte back in the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous Good Charlotte days, and Green Day, and then we both got onto My Chemical Romance, and that was it, my friends. All of a sudden I was an emo teenager living my best emo teenage life. So good. And then when I got a little bit older, sort of 15, 16, that's when my friends introduced me to like Slipknot. I started listening to some metal and like new metal, I suppose. Slipknot are classed as new metal, I think. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know genres and I don't like putting labels. I just like what I like. And listening to some heavier stuff as well. And that's when I feel like I started to discover my own taste that had been influenced by other people, but started looking at bands that I liked and discovering bands myself that I liked. So fun. So then, like concerts, concerts that I've been to a fair few concerts. My first ever concert is actually a really good story, right? It's a really good story. It was Green Day. Saw Green Day when I was 12 for the American Idiot tour. It was when American Idiot, the album, was released and they were doing this massive world tour. Now, about 3 days before the show, had a really unfortunate injury. I'm not going to tell you what that injury is because I want to save that injury. Or I should just tell you, right? I dislocated my kneecap. That's a whole other story I would love to share with you one day, but I dislocated my kneecap. It's not the only time it's happened. It's happened a few times, actually, but it was the first time, and I was 12, and my dad was like, I don't know if we can go to the show, and I was like, we are absolutely going to the concert. Do not deprive me, Dad. I didn't say that. I was 12. I didn't say that. But I'm sure that's what my brain was thinking, right? I was on crutches and I couldn't walk. Like I had to crutch with crutches, you know, what you use crutches for. And we go to the show. And the thing about this particular Green Day show at the time, back in 2005, I was 12. It was the biggest crowd that Melbourne had ever had for a concert ever. It was at the biggest stadium that we've got in Melbourne, which is now known as Marvel Stadium. Sorry, it's been through a few rebrands over the years. It's now known as Marvel Stadium. It is the biggest stadium we have in Melbourne. I think it was the first concert to be held at what is now known as Marvel Stadium. Back then it was called the Telstra Dome, and it's had a couple of rebrands since then. But this crowd was massive, and so my sister was also going to the concert, but she was in the mosh pit, the idiot zone actually, which was in front of the mosh pit. Pretty epic, right? She was 14 and she was able to do that. I was on crutches and would not have been able to do that, but my dad and I had tickets in the seats anyway, pretty good tickets in the seats. So we dropped my sister off at the queue for the idiot zone. And then we're sort of making our way to like our gate, right? No, my sister must have already been there. I think she'd camped out for the day with her friends because they were all going together. They would have had to be in the idiot zone queue, right? To try and get the best spot. Anyway, so my dad and I had checked in on her and we were making our way around the stadium to our gate to go and get into the show. And there is a news helicopter above us capturing footage because it was one of the top stories of the night, that the fact that there was this massive crowd, the biggest crowd for any concert in Melbourne ever, was happening at this Green Day show. So my dad and I see the helicopter flying. We're like, oh my God, it's a 7 News helicopter. 7 News is one of our local, it's one of Melbourne's news channels, like probably the biggest news is on 7 News, right? And we were like, oh my God, it's 7 News. We have to wave at the camera. We'll be on the news. But little 12-year-old me forgets that she's on crutches. So I lift both of my hands to wave at the helicopter and my crutches fall to the ground. And then I'm hopping because I can't walk and I can't stand. I need my crutches to even be able to stand at this point. Poor little 12-year-old me. And so then, like, I'm sure that it would have gotten caught on camera. And I'm sure that it probably would have made the broadcast because it was really funny. Like this little girl on crutches and her crutches fall to the ground and then she's hopping around trying to pick up her crutches, right? So funny. So funny. Anyway, that was the first concert I went to. Amazing. And the lineup was so good as well because it was Green Day for their American Idiot tour, right? I'm sorry if you don't care about this, by the way, but I'm going to share it with you. But the support artists were Jimmy Eat World and My Chemical Romance. And like I said, my sister and I had just gotten into My Chemical Romance. This was before My Chemical Romance had released The Black Parade. This was back in their 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge era, and it was so good. And it was such a good lineup. Jimmy Eat World were amazing. My Chem were amazing. They had like a full 45-minute set each, and then Green Day came on and played the entirety of American Idiot. It was so good. What an amazing show. That was the first proper concert I went to. I went to one beforehand, but I don't really count it. It was a matinee concert. Concerts are best when they're done at night, so I don't count the matinee concert that I went to. Also, it wasn't for, like... Well, I wouldn't say she was a bad artist, but she's not my usual type. So, anyway. First concert at 12 that I went to. Amazing. I went to a few concerts as a teenager. My sister and I, we traveled to concerts and went with friends. We went to a few concerts without parents. We went to a My Chemical Romance concert with my parents because both my parents are really cool and they also love My Chemical Romance. Yeah, I have the cool parents, friends. I have the cool parents. Our place was the place to be when we were growing up. Everyone, all of our friends wanted to come and hang out at our place because we were allowed to play the good music and we were allowed to play Guitar Hero and we were allowed to have fun and have movie nights, and our place was the place to be. Our parents were cool. It was awesome. Anyway. The next concert that I went to, though, I think was actually Panic at the Disco, and it would have been in 2006. And it was for their debut album, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And incredible. Again, just to be at a show for that era, so good. It was like their first ever world tour. They were fresh on the scene. So good. And then later that year, I went to see The Veronicas, which are an Australian band. At the time, they were kind of pop punky. They've become a bit more pop these days, but they are an Australian band. I went to see them. I was supposed to go with my friend, but a little bit of drama happened with that friend. It's all my fault. I felt really bad about it. I'm gonna tell you the story. So I bought tickets to go and see the Veronicas with me and my friend, and I was like, yep, just let me know that you're going to be available. And she sort of wasn't like telling me that she was going to be available on the night. Like she had expressed interest in going, but she sort of hadn't told me she was going to be available, and I was getting concerned. Like, it was getting closer to the concert, and I was like, are you coming to the concert? And she was like, oh, I'm not sure yet. I want to go, but I'm not sure yet. And I'm like, okay, well, I have this ticket. Anyway, I was talking about it with someone else one day, another girl in my class. I didn't even particularly like her, is the thing. I don't know why I did this. But I was talking about it, and this girl was like, oh, I really want to go to the concert. And I was like, oh, I have a ticket, but I'm supposed to be going with my friend, but she hasn't told me whether she's going yet or not. And this girl was like, oh, if she doesn't go with you, can I go? And I was like, yeah, sure, I've got the ticket, why not? And then my friend hears that conversation happened and got really mad at me. And she was like, I can't believe that you asked her to go with you. And I said, well, I didn't ask her to go with me, but I just said that if you didn't want to go, that she could come with me. You know, it's very teenage, because it was very teenage. I think I was like 13 when this happened, so it's very teenage. Sorry, the fossil kind of looked like a scorpion for a second as I was running past it. Where are all the fish? Why are they not here? Do I need to go and clear some fish from rivers down below? I think I'm going to have to, because that is like the 4th time that I've run that area with no fish. Maybe I need to go and put some things in storage, actually, where our storage is nearly full, so I'll do that. Anyway, so very teenage drama, right? But she got mad at me and she's like, well, I don't want to go with you at all now. And I was like, okay, sad, but no worries. So, and I ended up not even going with the other girl either, because I didn't even really, like I said, I didn't even really like her. I don't know, a mean thing to say, right? But very true. And so I ended up going with my mum. My mum learnt all the lyrics to the album that was going to be played at the show in like the span of a week. And we went to the show together and it was great. Anyway, the next year though, 2007, that's when I saw My Chemical Romance live for their Black Parade World Tour. One of the best concerts I've ever been to in my whole life. To go to a concert in that era of My Chemical Romance was just wild. Emo kids these days would be very envious, I am sure. But to them, I say, we walked so that you can fly. Because seriously, emo kids back then used to get teased horrifically. I got teased horrifically. And apparently, look, I don't know for certain because I'm not an emo child these days or an emo teenager these days, but apparently they have they don't get bullied. Apparently it's kind of cool, actually. I'm like, where is that? I'm used to being teased for liking what I like. Anyway. Yes. We walked so that you can fly, my friends. My pockets are empty. I'm going to go back to... I'm going to see what's going on with fish. Where are they all? And then we'll head back up. I'm getting a bit concerned that we're not going to get the golden trout, sorry. I keep going to call it the cherry trout. No, cherry salmon, golden trout. I might just climb back up. Maybe they just needed a bit of a reset. Yeah, okay, there's a fish up there. Cool. Yeah, so I went to see My Chemical Romance in 2007, and that was the one that my parents came to as well. And the four of us, my sister, myself, and my parents, were all in the mosh pit. I have the cool parents, right? So cool. Oh, another cherry salmon. Anyway, so that was 2007. I don't think I saw anyone else that year. The next year, in 2008, I got tickets to see Pink for my birthday. My mum and I went to see Pink for her Funhouse tour, and that was phenomenal. She is incredible. We all know this. We all know that Pink is amazing. A boot. What is going on with all the trash tonight? I mean, like, I don't mind, because I do need to catch trash for the Nook Miles, but it's just... I don't think I've ever caught so much trash, right? It's weird. Anyway... Then in 2009, I saw Green Day again, this time for their 21st Century Breakdown tour. Very good. And I remember, actually, my show for that one was in question because Billie Joe Armstrong, the singer of Green Day, had gotten food poisoning, had food poisoning the night before and had to postpone the show that was the night before mine. And so it was like... umming and ahhing, we hadn't sort of heard anything. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we hadn't heard whether the show was going ahead or not. We're like, we've just got to kind of try and make our way to the city and see. Thankfully, though, the show went ahead. Billie Joe was feeling better. And it was great. And then in 2010, I don't think I saw anyone. And in 2011, I didn't see anyone for a few years, actually, after that. After that was sort of, I'd graduated high school by then, and, you know, life takes over. And then I went through a bit of a sad depresso phase, like I mentioned earlier. It's fine. Anyway, it's all good now. It's fine. Is that fish going to get that? It's not. It's going to swim right past it, isn't it? Yes. It's probably a black bass. It's a really big shadow. That's generally the black bass, right? I'm still going to catch it. Because we need to catch lots of fish for Nook Miles. Totally fine. There it is, the black bass. But the next concert I went to was in 2014. It's when I sort of like hit a hard reset on my music taste. After the depresso phase, it's like I just was starting all over and rediscovering what I liked. And there's a band that you may know of called Bastille. They sing a song called Pompeii that you would probably know. It starts off like eh oh 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 eh oh. That's Bastille. They were my obsessed band for a really long time. I actually have a tattoo that is of them kind of. I don't know, I'll go over that more when I talk about more tattoos, right? But they were the concert that I went and saw next. And it was really good. I was in the mosh pit for that with my mum because my mum also really liked them. I've got cool parents, remember? So I went to that one with my mum. And then probably about 3 or 4 years later, I saw Bastille again. And that one was super cool because the venue that it was at, this is in like 2018. The venue that it was at was a really small venue. It was very intimate. But it had this like area that had like bar seating, when like booth seating is what I mean, like booths, and that was like the VIP area. I didn't get VIP tickets because I couldn't afford VIP tickets. I went to that concert with my parents. Again, the cool parents. They both liked Bastille, so we went. And, you know, I'm kind of standing in my spot. My parents are kind of standing a little way away, not too far away, but away enough away, right? And the next thing I know, my mum's calling me and is like, come on over, come on over. And I'm like, what's going on? Apparently, my dad is so cool. He used to work security for concerts, like musicians that would come and tour. He used to work security. Like he did security for some pretty big names. Very cool. And so he was talking to the guy running the security for the VIP area. And the security guy was like, yeah, there's some extra seats. Come on into the VIP area. So we got upgraded to the VIP area, which was like so amazing. And like the best thing about it as well, like the seating was great, but also during one of the songs, the singer Dan Smith of Bastille, he does, during their song Floors, he does what's called the Floors walk, where he comes off stage and he walks through the crowd, right? And he came right up into the VIP area. He was standing right in front of me. I just about lost my mind. It was so great. So great. I think that's the closest I know that is the closest I've ever been to one of my favorite artists. It was like insane. Just insane. Really cool. Thanks to my dad for being awesome and talking to the security guard, right? It's just, sometimes it's who you know and what you know, and I knew the person who knew stuff, right? Anyway. The next concert I went to was again to see Bastille. This was actually right before COVID. It was like January 2020, so right before COVID. And that one was also amazing because it was an outdoor concert. There's this beautiful venue in Melbourne called the Sydney Myer Music Bowl. And like the stage is covered and there's like a tiny little bit of the seating that's covered, but then the rest of the venue is all outdoor. And it was a hot as summer's night. Like it was like mid 30 degrees Celsius. For all my Aussies, you know that's hot at night. Very hot at night. And but the vibe was just amazing to be under the stars with some of your favorite music playing, even though it was hot as, hearing people sing at the top of their lungs. It was one of the most incredible concert experiences that I've had. It was so good. And then COVID happened, and we all know about that, right? So I don't need to tell you that. But then I stopped going to concerts. Even when things started to get a little bit more normal, concerts just sort of weren't really on my radar until last year. One of my sister's favorite artists, and an artist that I also like, was coming out. Really like, I should say. I do really like them. Was coming out. He used to be the singer of a band called Him, as in the pronoun him, H-I-M. But that band is no longer together, and he's branched out and done some solo stuff. So he was touring for his debut solo album, but he would play songs that were made by the band as well as a part of the tour. And this was just perfect because he was playing in Melbourne on my sister's birthday. So like perfect, right? So I got tickets to that for my sister and me to go. It is pouring with rain. I know you can hear that in my microphone. Crazy. Sorry about that. Wasn't expecting that. Anyway, it's very loud. Yeah, so I got tickets to that from my sister for her birthday because I'm like the best sister ever, and I also paid for like merch for her and stuff. And that was also just one of the most amazing concert experiences. I'm gonna have to put a clip up. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna include the sound, but there was like this disco ball in the ceiling at this venue, and during this one really magical part in a particular song, the disco ball was there, and it was just It was incredible. I get goosebumps thinking about it, okay? So I'm going to have to include a little clip of that right now just so you can see what I mean. It's just one of those things. You really kind of did have to be there in the moment with the people singing as loud as they possibly could and just be in it to really get the impact of it. But like, it was so beautiful. And he was an amazing artist live. His voice was amazing and he's a really sweet guy. So that was a lot of fun. And it kind of reinvigorated mine and my sister's love for concerts. Like, we'd both kind of been like, yeah, I don't think we kind of ever want to do a concert again. After that one, we were like, no, we have to do concerts again. It's like the best thing. We love it. And so since then, we've done a couple of shows, like musical theatre shows. Like, we've seen Wicked. We saw Wicked for the first time. We love Wicked. It was amazing. We saw Beetlejuice as well. We've seen Beetlejuice in theatre. Love it. And since then, we have seen Green Day once again. Green Day toured again at the beginning of this year, 2025. My sister got me tickets to that for Christmas, so we went and saw that. And that was for the 20th anniversary of American Idiot. And it was just really cool for multiple reasons. Firstly, because it was kind of like a full circle moment for me. Like, it was the first concert that I'd ever been to, was seeing Green Day for their American Idiot World Tour. And here I was seeing them again for American Idiot, celebrating 20 years later, seeing them again. It felt like a really big full circle moment. And it was really emotional in that for me, actually. Like, so much, look at all the growing up that I'd done in that 20 years, and so much has changed about me and about life and about the world in that 20 years, but here we are all listening to Green Day, and it was just a really big full circle moment, really sweet. And also, it was the first time that my sister and I have ever been in the nosebleeds for a concert, right up the back, super far back in the seats, right? We have never been so far back in a concert, but it didn't matter. It was just such a vibe. Being able to look down on all of the people was really cool. Like, I'm not talking about being mean. I'm talking about looking down and seeing so many people and knowing that we were just all in this moment together. Like, it was really cool. And that's why I love concerts. My favorite thing in the world to do is singing, but my absolute favorite thing to do in the world is sing with lots of other people, And concerts are like my favorite thing for that reason, right? We're singing with lots of other people. So that was earlier this year. Amazing. Again, incredible show. One of the best. They still got it all these years later. They've still absolutely got it, and I love it. So good. Love Green Day. And then a couple months ago, my sister and I went to see The Used, actually. And we've never seen The Used before, never seen them live, but they were also, like Green Day was touring for the 25th anniversary of American Idiot, and also the 20th anniversary of American Idiot. I think it was the 30th anniversary of their album Dookie. So they played both albums in full and then some other songs. So The Used, like Green Day, were also touring to celebrate anniversaries of releases of album. They had 3 different albums that they were celebrating anniversaries for. And they were playing different shows each night and playing a different album on each night. If you're familiar with The Used, I went to see them on the night that they were playing Lies for the Liars, the album Lies for the Liars, because it's the album that I know back to front from The Used, and it's my favorite, and there's no skips on it for me. It is a banger album, start to finish. And so my sister and I went to see them to celebrate the anniversary of Lies for the Liars, the album, and they were so incredible. It was at the same venue that had the disco ball that I mentioned before, so we knew the venue, we were excited. It's a smaller venue, very intimate vibe once again, really cool. And Burt McCracken's voice is still so amazing. Like, wow, so good. And also, he was just a sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart as well. Super sweet, saying all the loveliest things about us as an audience. It was really, really great. So much fun. So that was a couple months ago. And then, like I mentioned earlier, with my favorite bands, being Motionless in White being one of them, I get to see them live next year for the first time, and I am so unbelievably excited. I am in, not the pit. I don't think I'll ever go in the pit. I'm too old for the pit. My knees can't handle the pit. My back can't handle the pit. I can't handle the pit. It's a shame. Maybe I'll change my mind. It'd have to be Ghost to change my mind. Anyway. But then I know that I wouldn't be able to see anything because I'm really short and there'd be all the tall people and I wouldn't be able to get barricade. So I'm like, at this point, I would just rather be in seats because then I have a better chance of potentially being able to see, even though I'm not right up the front where I'd want to be, right? Anyway. We're not there yet. Ghost are on a world tour, but they haven't announced Australian dates yet, and I need them to because seriously, I must partake in a ritual, my friends. If you don't listen to Ghost, you're going to be like, a ritual? If you don't know Ghost, don't look them up. You're going to be like, what the hell? And you'll probably judge me. It's fine. If you know Ghost, that's cool. Don't hate on me for liking Ghost. Just don't hate on me for liking any of the music. Like I said, I'm so used to being judged and teased for the music that I like and for dressing how I dress. Not in 2025. We're past that, guys, right? I hate that. Anyway. We're coming up on 2 hours. I really don't think we're going to catch this cherry salmon tonight. But I'm going to stick it out because we're nearly at 8 o'clock p.m. There is the chance after 8 that we could see Wasp. And I have seen Wasp once in between last time and today. The first time we saw Wasp and today. So I have helped Wasp against once at night. The night when Rolf told us about the sheepish reaction. That was when I saw Wasp again. So there's a chance for us to see Wasp tonight. I would like to just see if we are going to have Wasp. But I don't think we're going to catch a golden trout. Crazy. Is it a rare one? Would I have to do the thing where I just make lots of bait and stand in the one spot and farm for a golden trout? I wasn't expecting to have to do that, but maybe I will do that. I do plan on the next episode also being a night episode, just because, you know, it's the 18th of November now when I'm filming this one. We're getting close to the end of November. I would like to catch... That's my last fishing rod. Here I was saying we weren't going to go through 5 fishing rods, but we did. Crazy. Anyway, yeah, I just would like to catch the golden trout. Even though it's not essential, we would have the opportunity to catch it again in March. But I still would just like to catch it if I can. Huh. That has actually shocked me. So maybe in between this episode and next episode, I'll make some bait. And a lot more fishing rods. And we'll see again next episode. I think I'm kind of all fished out now. I did a lot more talking than I thought I was going to about concerts. Again, I'm so sorry if you don't care about my taste in music or about concerts or anything. I'm really sorry, but like, I feel like it's just something to fill the time. You kind of get to know me a little bit more, and I've got lots of stories to tell, so... Yeah, I think there was some pretty cool stories in there. The one, me on crutches at Green Day, was really funny. The VIP experience was great. Even the disco ball, super nice. Hopefully going to add another really good one to my repertoire next year with Motionless in White. I'm so excited. And hopefully Ghost announced some Australian dates next year. That would also just be like the best thing ever. So what am I going to do now while we're waiting to see if we can have Wasp, right? Maybe I can do some Nook miles, or maybe, I mean, I do have the option to dive for sea creatures. Maybe not tonight. Maybe next episode. Okay. Selling some fruit and earning more bells by selling items. I reckon that's something that we can do, right? So I do have in my pockets, I do have some Dungeness crabs and an acorn barnacle, and then with some fruit on top of that, I reckon we'll be right. So I'm going to take the peaches and the coconut that I've got here, and we'll sell those things, okay? Okie dokie artichoke. One thing I would like to know, if you're watching and you feel like you would like to comment, let me know if you've seen any of the bands that I just mentioned live. Let me know if you like any of the bands that I just mentioned. Let me know what bands you like or what artists you listen to. I just am always intrigued to know what other people are listening to. I don't judge people for their taste in music, even though it's been happening to me for all of my life. We listen and we don't judge, right? Okay, let's sell some stuff. Hopefully that should all be around 5,000 bells, right? Nice, very good. Thank you so much. Okay, I might be able to pay a little bit more off my loan, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because we should start having money trees come into play tomorrow. I think I've planted 4 money trees, so I'm not going to catch 5 more bugs. I don't have any more wasps to catch. I don't sort of want to... I don't feel like it. Like I said, I'm just kind of waiting for 8 o'clock to come around to see if we've got Wisp. So maybe we can go and pay off a little bit of my debt. And then maybe we can donate the bugs that I caught tonight to Blathers, okay? I feel like that would be a good idea. Alright, hello you two. Had a very successful day with Mr. KK coming to our island. Sick, 150 bonus miles, 105,000 Nook miles. That is so good. ABD is where I want to go to pay off some more of my debt. Now, I feel like I could pay 100,000 bells. I still want to keep some of my money just in case there's anything that I want to buy from the shop that can be really expensive. But I feel like 100,000 bells would be a pretty good sum to pay today. So bringing us back down to 333,697 bells for that loan. Very good. Love that. Hopefully we're going to get some really good turnip prices for the rest of this week. Would be super nice, but we won't find out until the next episode. Because honestly, by the next episode, considering it's going to be a night episode, we will have the last price that we can sell turnips for on Saturday night, if I haven't sold them by Saturday night. That's kind of crazy, right? Anyway, let me grab these 2 bugs. Let's go donate them to Blathers. We've got 2 tiger beetles just hanging out over here. It's all good. Right. Hello, Blathers. Good evening, sezrawrr. Welcome to the Sezurbia Museum. How may I be of service? I'm going to make a donation. I've got 2 bugs. You're going to hate them both, but I want you to tell me about them anyway. We're going to start with the giant water bug. I kind of just want to get it off my screen. Please. Eek! A giant water bug. What a wretched thing. I know. Alas, I'm obliged to ask, would you like to learn more about this specimen? Please tell me. Ahem. How to put this gently? Ah, yes. Beware the giant water bug. I know, my guy. I totally feel the same as you, actually. I tell you, this vicious predator has been known to attack fish, frogs, and even snakes. Oh my god. It's brave. 8 o'clock is ringing in my ears, by the way. Truth be told, no one is safe. Its nickname is the toe biter, for goodness sake. Oh, I hate that. I absolutely loathe that. Now, one final fact before I faint. The gruesome bug uses its nose to inject its prey with digestive juices. Oh my god. That might be one of the worst bug facts I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot at this point. Who must stop thinking about the unthinkable. Anyhoot, my sincerest thanks for your donation. And though bugs are the bane of my existence, rest assured the wretched thing will get the best of care here. I know it will. Yes, I got 1 more bug, my guy. Let's do the Atlas moth. Eek, an Atlas moth, what a wretched thing. I know. Yes, tell me. The Atlas moth is a monstrous thing. Not only is it one of the largest moths in the world, which honestly is enough to freak me out because I cannot stand moths. They creep me out. Anyway, I just don't like bugs. We've had this conversation. The tips of its wings look rather like the heads of venomous snakes. Despite its largeness and loathsome looks, the adult atlas moth lives only for a few days. Well, that's a relief. Oh, that's an awful thing to say. I'm so sorry to the atlas moth. It did not deserve that. It emerges from its cocoon without a mouth, you see, and so cannot eat. I feel for the poor thing, but it is still foul. How have they not evolved to have a mouth? That's crazy. Now I feel really bad because it starves to death. I feel really bad. Sorry, atlas moth. Any hoot. My God. Jeez Louise. Anyway, that's all I've got for you now, my guy. Jolly good. I'm off now to see if we have a wisp, okay? Do we have a wisp? Let's find out, my friends. So, I have done a little bit more research on wisp and have found that once you get an incline built on your island, then wisp will always be up in the cliffs. So, let's just head right up for the cliffs, right? Here we are in some cliffs. Also, I am just going to keep an eye on the rivers as we're walking past. We've got the 8 o'clock music now. I'm also very familiar with the 8 o'clock music because generally when I play Animal Crossing, 7 o'clock turns into 8 o'clock. Right? As it does. That's probably... Oh, there's another giant water bug up there. Oh, I hate it. Look at that! I can see the thing that it uses to inject creatures with its digestive juices. I hate that. I hate that. I've actually got the heebie-jeebies from it. Oh, I can't catch a fish anyway. I don't have a fishing rod. Ugh, get away from me. Hate it. Wisp. Are you up here, Wisp? I would love to help you, Wisp. Maybe not. It doesn't look like it. But not all is lost. I'm going to go into a building, maybe even just Bluebear's house because it's right here, and then I'll come back out. Sometimes they just need a bit of a refresh, okay? Sometimes the game just needs to realize that it's 8 o'clock and it's time for Wisp, okay? So I'm going to go in. We'll have another chat to Bluebear because she's our bestie. I work hard to keep my place super comfy. Well, she's one of our besties. She and Matilda are our besties. I want to chat. Your mysterious dress is so trendy. I'm not even kidding right now. Thank you so much. But you know, I can make a pop even more with a little bit of Bluebear magic. Oh my God, you tried to before with the pilot's cap and I sold it. I sold it. Some head bandages. Wow. The color combo is so glam. You look so good. Folks will say, hey, are you Bluebear? I love her. Peach, now go be so fash that they have to pass the law a bit against your fab self. Let's try them on. Look, if they were black, I could potentially see it. They're not what I thought they were. I thought they were the full face covering bandages, because there's some of them, but that's what I thought they were. I can kind of see what you were going for, but this is much more my vibe. Anyway, now we've spent some time inside. Hopefully the game will realize that we need Wisp now. Let's go see if we have Wisp anywhere. And maybe I will just do a full sweep because look, I've been lied to before. I am having a visual glitch and I just want to see if it's only happening. I don't think it's happening on the recording. I think it's just happening on my monitor. But the reason I'm running backwards and forwards past this shelf, so I'm looking in my other monitor where the recording is happening versus my monitor where I'm playing the game. When I'm running past this bookshelf, there's like a white outline of it that's sticking out to the side of it. It's weird. But I don't think you guys can see that on screen. So I should probably stop mentioning it. It's fine. As long as it's affecting me and not affecting you guys, that's all that matters, right? I am going to just do a little bit of an inspection of other parts of the island as well. Just because, like I said, I've been lied to before. The internet has lied to me about things before. And if there is a wisp, I don't want to miss the wisp. But I have a feeling they're telling me the truth. Yeah, the trees are doing the weird outline as well. I need to figure out why that's happening because I have not had that happen in recording Animal Crossing before. But it's definitely not happening for you guys. It's definitely just a me thing. Okay. I can handle that. It's just weird, right? Let's come over. Just make sure I'm not missing Wisp down this way, because this is where I saw Wisp last time. We'll ascend as well, just to make sure Wisp isn't hiding in a corner somewhere. All of these things that you can see here, I got from balloons, and I just placed them there to help us get to a 3-star island. Now that we're at a 3-star island, I can work on cleaning those things up to make them look a little bit like they don't need to be there anymore, pretty much. So we can clean things up a bit. I have a feeling we don't have Wisp tonight. That's okay. Climb up. Let's ascend. No, Wisp. That making me a sad panda. South Park reference for anyone who knows about that panda. I'm not going to say the full title, because I don't want YouTube to hate me, okay? But if you know, you know. Okay, we don't have a Wisp, and that makes me sad, but that's okay. Because we've got a balloon. I could hear it. And it's going to be another resource. It could be more gold nuggets or more iron nuggets. Let's find out. Or a paperboy cap. It's cute, but it's not my vibe. Sorry. It will get sold. That's okay. Do I have any other Nook Mars goals I want to do really quick? No. That's alright. Let's run home then, and I can offload these things into my... Sorry, I'm just getting a couple of notifications. My phone was buzzing. I was like, what is that? Because I can't really hear it in my headphones. I can feel it though. And I'm like, is my controller vibrating? No, it's my phone. It's okay. I'll answer them in a second. I'm a little bit busy right now. She'll understand. Anyway. Here we go, running into our bedroom, our newly cute bedroom. I still love it with the rug on the floor and everything, but I need Reese and Cyrus so that I can color this wardrobe to match the dark wood of the bed. That's what I need. Or maybe not even, because like I don't know if we can color the bedspread on this bed. If we can't, then I'm going to change it to another bed that I have that I know I can color the bedspread off, because it's very cute. Anyway, should I get some sleep? No, I'm just going to lie down, my friends. Because you guys, that is another episode of Animal Crossing New Horizons all done and dusted. I've learnt my lesson from last episode, and I'm going to put my controller back in its holder right now. Thank you. So that it doesn't scare me like it did last time. Anyway, we did not catch the fish that we need to catch. I have a plan though. I'm going to do that thing because I think that is what helped us to get the tuna and the giant... what's the other one? The other fish that I had to catch last month. I think it was having the bait and spamming the right spot with the bait got us the fish. So I think that's the game plan for next episode. It will be another night episode. Fingers crossed we can catch the golden trout, right? And maybe we'll also see a scorpion. I have not seen a single scorpion on this island. And I've played at night a couple times. Not a single one. I betcha I've just jinxed myself. It's totally fine if we do. We need to catch one anyway. So with that being said, that's all I've got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me talking about the music that I like, getting to know me a little bit better. Let me know if you did in the comments down below. And if you would like to see more of me, more of this Animal Crossing gameplay, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to let YouTube know you want to see more of me. And with that being said, I hope you're having a lovely morning, noon, or night, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope it's a good one. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. Anyway, now this is getting weird. Bye.